Happy Monday, everyone. I think I'm coming down with a little cold or something. But today's video, I want to talk about the journey, the road to success in e-com. So this is going to be another 8-figure diary of Shelton Powell. If you guys want to see this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe and watch this video till the very end. It means a lot to me. So we'll get straight into it. So let's rewind all the way back to, I want to say 2018. I think 2018 was the year I got started. We're in 2024 now. So yeah, it's been about 6 years. And I just remember I was one of those kids that never was good in school, never was something I was passionate about. And I just couldn't make it work. And I quickly realized, like, I wasn't stupid. I thought I was a stupid kid. A lot of you guys might think that, you're not that smart when it comes to books and stuff like that. I just realized it's not what I was passionate about. It's not what I cared about. I didn't care to have, A pluses or 90% grades or whatever it is. All I cared to do was to just pass my class. So I literally did bare minimum when it came to school. I was just trying to get 50s and get by. And I think that's kind of what worked out for me in the end, because I reinvested all the extra energy that I would have been using into studying, into getting good grades, into whatever it is, into my e-com stores, right? Into learning how to build websites, into developing skills, into learning how to do some video editing. So all these skills are things that are self-taught and things that I taught myself, once again, how to do. And that's essentially what brought me to the point where I'm at today. So I remember I was sitting in the back of, my math class, just typing away on my computer, trying to figure out how to build a website. My first store I launched, this is because I saw a YouTube ad about dropshipping, and somebody was around my age. He's a pretty popular dropshipper still in the e-com industry. I'm not gonna say his name, but anyways, I was sitting in the back of class and I seen the ad, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just try this stuff out. So I built up a store, launched some Kurt Cobain glasses, like these sunglasses that were popular at the time, and launched some Facebook ads from my phone, just a picture ad to a blind store with one product on it, one image, no description. Honestly, I think there was the AliExpress description. I didn't understand the concept of like building a whole website or anything like that. So I literally just launched, and I saw that, hey, people are actually visiting my website. So I'm like, you know what? I'm actually getting traffic from this. I gotta go to the gym, but yeah, I saw that, I'm getting traffic from this. So clearly if I'm getting traffic, it's something that could potentially work. So I'm like, you know what? Let me keep trying to do this. So anyways, time went on, and obviously I got to the point where I understood, the concept of building a brand, and that everything had to look professional and everything had to be built out in a certain way. And it was crazy because I took about 7 to 8 months to figure this all out, when it could have probably taken me a lot less long had I just have looked into maybe getting a course or just figuring something out, which is funny because I did end up getting a course, and I did end up getting scammed on that course. So when you guys talk about me just trying to sell you guys a course and me scamming you guys or whatever it is, stupid. I literally have a group mentorship, and it literally costs $1 for the first 30 days. So I don't know why anybody would kind of harass me with that. By the way, the link to that is in the description down below. But yeah, point being, I needed a little bit of guidance, and I didn't really get the guidance I was looking for. I did pay for it, and funny enough, I ended up meeting some really good friends in that group that I paid for. Although I ended up getting scammed in the long term. Over time, I just kept developing stuff, kept working on my craft, and got to the point where I finally understood how to build a website, how to build a brand, how to find the products. Now, my only issue came down to my marketing, right? Came down to me trying to figure out how to run ads and how to scale ads. So I understood how to generate sales. I understood how to generate revenue, a couple $100s a day, but I didn't understand how to properly scale them, right? So fast forward to my first Q4, I was selling a dog jacket, and this was probably my first 10K month, the first month that I was profitable. I was only up about 10% on my ad spend. So I made about $1,000. Fast forward again, the next time I saw a little bit more success was the following year in March. This, I did probably 20, 30K. And this is when I started running into customer service issues. So the more and more revenue I was doing, I realized that, hey, I have to answer these emails. So I started answering emails, but didn't necessarily have the profitability to go reinvest into a VA. So once again, got back to the drawing board. Now, you guys are gonna understand the whole point behind this because it comes down to consistency, right? And it comes down to optimization. There's love bugs everywhere. It comes down to optimization, and it comes down to you guys having a general understanding of how to actually develop a business, right? So all these things that I'm spending money on and all these things that I'm investing to, trying to learn how to market, trying to learn how to make video ads, building a whole bunch of stores. I had like 20 or 30 Shopify dropshipping stores, and every store was a one product store. I made a new landing page, new homepage every single day, probably 2 or 3 of them, and 3 different video ads, and just would launch it. Mind you, I'm working a whole job to try to, honestly, at this point, I was working 2 to 3 jobs trying to just support the money that I was losing on my ad spend. But this money was invested into me gaining my own knowledge, my own understanding, and me developing my own strategy when it came to marketing. So coming back all the way to the next Q4, around November, this was my first significant month. 2 months prior to that, I was selling a knee brace that started doing well and everything got banned. So that's when I initially seen like a first kind of signs of a winning product. This is when I hit my first 1K day. It wasn't until a year and a half later, right? About a year and a half later. Now come November 2019, this is when I hit my first 80K month. I actually have a video posted on my channel about the product that I sold. It was the glowing teddy bear. Hit my first 80K month. I was up about 20,000. Had a whole bunch of payment holds, so no money to actually look at. And this is when I actually first brought on the customer service VA I was working with. She's actually still on the team. Funny enough, she's working with us at BNB, handling the emails for about 70 stores right now. So yeah, got there, and we're still in 2019. Launched another product. This was when CBOs first started coming out. So my CBO strategies, basically, I got that from another guy on YouTube, and when I launched these completely skyrocketed my results. So at this point, I hit my first 80K month, did about my first 100K in dropshipping, and seen a little bit of profitability. So I said, you know what, I'm not going back to work, but I just took a job at that point in time in phone sales to learn how to sell, right? So this is about November-ish. Come March, we ran into COVID, ended up leaving that job, and just kept running stores, kept working on my craft, and kind of took off from there. And then eventually I, started working myself into developing stores for other agencies, developing stores for clients, and that's kind of where BNB was born. Now, the whole point of this story, right? This was pretty much everything fast forwarded in a nutshell. I want to get into the agency side of things afterwards, so we're gonna get into it in a different video about how I got into the agency side of things and how I started to develop my agency and where I saw opportunities and where I took advantage of them, right? So the whole point of this video here and the whole point of this daily diary was really just to show you guys like this journey. To even see the slightest success was like about 2 years in the making, and absolutely no results to show for, but just slight progress, consistent optimization, learning off of my mistakes, right? Not doing the same thing over and over again, right? So for you guys that are out there, and a lot of you guys in the group, you're consistently testing the same thing over and over and over again over the course of like a year, 2 years, and like that's why you guys aren't seeing results. You have to optimize and play around with your metrics, playing around with what you're seeing within your ad account, playing around with what you guys are putting on your website, playing around with everything from start to finish. And that's where you guys are going to see success. You have to understand how to develop things in your own way. You can't just copy paste somebody else's strategy and expect the same results, right? Because what works for somebody else isn't necessarily going to work for you guys. So I guess that's the lesson of the day, right? Continue to optimize your stuff, work on your craft, and it's a matter of consistency and consistent optimization. So that brings us to the end of today's daily diary. It's a Monday today, so I hope you guys are out there doing whatever you're supposed to be doing, and don't be wasting time. Work on your craft every day. And with that being said, this brings us to the end of the video. So please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And for those of you that I'm going to be seeing in the Insiders channel, once again, the link is in the description. It's literally just $1 to join. So I'll catch you guys on the other side.